Today Baba gives us the direction that we must forget the image of the body and we must remember the one without an image, which is I, the soul. And I leave the awareness of the image of the body, and with the image of the body comes the religion of the body. So I forget the religion of the body and I go to the awareness that I am a soul without an image. I'm just a point of light, and I stabilize myself in my religion. This is the direction that Baba gives us. Now you see that this word dharma, so you see with the body comes, by birth you have a bodily religion, and then you have a gender, and then slowly, gradually you have an occupation, and you have roles that you play in the context of relationships. They all come with the body. Just think about it. When you leave the body, will you be male or female? No. When you leave the body, will you be Hindu or Muslim? No. When you leave the body, will you be an engineer or doctor or anything, or a scientist or a teacher? No. So Baba says that these are things that you acquire with the body. And then you see that with these labels and titles, we have what we associate religion with. So if you see that there is a bodily religion, which is, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikh, whatever. So according to that religion, you have certain attitudes, you have certain practices, certain belief systems, and Baba tells us the truth. And you see that when you are one with the bodily religion, when you think that you are the religion of the body, then you cannot be at peace. Can you be? Because religion is a very big, very big reason for conflict these days. Because everybody is trying to say my religion is greater and the practices that I do are purer and better. So Baba says that you have to dissociate yourself with the bodily religion. It's not like you change your surname or something and have an affidavit or something, or go and declare. That's not the thing that Baba is saying. But just know that this is something you got with the body. And Baba tells us that the religion, the word dharma means dharana, that which is contained within. And Baba says that the religion of the soul is peace, because peace is contained within me. It's not something I practice or acquire. It is my original religion. It is something that I hold within myself naturally. So Baba says that you have to forget the bodily religion and come to the religion of peace. And that is the religion of the soul. Now you see, there are many people who work on peace these days. Yes, they work for peace. But when you're body conscious, yes, when you're body conscious, there can never be peace, because body consciousness means there is always us and them. Yes, body conscious means there is always us and them, and there is always a tussle who is better. So you will always try to assert that I am better, my way is right, my way is correct. So if you are in that race of proving that I am better, I am worthier, I am more sane, I am right, I am correct, then there can never be peace. But if we all left the bodily religion with the buddhi and came to the awareness that I am a soul, then there is no us and them. Everybody is a brother, and that is the only way to have peace. And you see, you cannot have brother and brother consciousness when you're body conscious. You have to be soul conscious, because only as souls you're brothers. Otherwise, when you are body conscious, you're only the brother of the one you are blood related with. You cannot be brotherly with anybody else. So when we talk about universal fraternity, or having brotherly relationships or peace, it's very important to leave the awareness of the body and come to this realization that I am bodiless, genderless, casteless, religionless. So all that we got from the body is not mine. It's something that I've acquired, just like an actor playing a part. So when an actor plays a part, he takes on the religion of the character he's playing, or he takes on the roles, relationships of the characters that he's playing. But that actor is separate from the part he's playing. So Baba says that all of that belongs to the body, but you are a soul and your only religion is peace. But in order to feel that, you have to make effort, because we have not shed the awareness of the body for 63 births. So you have to take out time and shed the awareness of the body and the bodily religions, and sit in the awareness that I am a soul and my religion is peace, and feel how it feels like to be a soul. So you have to make that effort. And then you see, there is not just the bodily religion which we call religion per se, but you see, people say Stri Dharma, Purush Dharma. Yes, so the religion of a woman, or the duties that come with your gender, or the duties that come with you being a man. So you see that sometimes you are trained to believe that as a man you have to kill, steal, whatever it takes, but fend for your family, and that's your foremost duty because you are the man. Or the woman is asked to be in the name of tolerance, be very submissive, and never say no, or never stand up for anything, because they are taught that that's the religion of a woman in order to maintain the framework of the family. So Baba says that, okay, you have to carry on the duties of the part that you have been accorded, but first stabilize yourself in the religion of the soul. So only when you are peaceful, only when you are pure inside, only when you have strength inside, can you play the part outside. Otherwise, the part that you're playing will become very burdensome and it will create a lot of trauma inside you. So Baba says that even when you are following the bodily religion or carrying on the duties of a wife or a husband or a man or a woman, you have to first stabilize yourself in the religion of peace and purity. And if something is if whatever is told by the society and whatever the bodily religion dictates is not in consonance with your original religion of peace and purity, then you don't have to follow it. Yes, so if somebody tells you that as a wife your duty is to satisfy the thirst of the man then that you don't have to follow, because Baba says your original religion is peace and purity. So you have to stabilize if you lose yourself, you cannot play your role. Yes, so first make an effort to stabilize yourself in your essence and then play the role. And if the role demands something which makes you lose your essence, then don't do it. And Baba says there is nothing wrong with that. But you see, in the world, these human dictates, the bodily religion, the religion of the gender, they have overtaken this spiritual religion. And this is why when you come to know that your religion is peace and purity and you want to stabilize yourself in it, not just with thought but with word and act also, because if you are acting in a not so peaceful way, if your actions are not pure, then can you stabilize yourself in peace and purity? That's not possible. It's not just about I'm peaceful, I'm pure, but your actions have to match your match your thoughts also. So we have to pay attention to these things. And Baba says that when you stabilize yourself in your original religion, then you can carry on your duties. Otherwise, if you go the worldly way and you think that this is my religion and this is my priority, then you will end up losing yourself, which we have been doing for so long. And then you see that there is this sense of religion that comes from your occupation also. Yes, so people say Raja ka dharma, people say if you are in the law enforcement, then people will say your religion as a police officer or your religion as somebody who is taking care of the law and order. And then they will say that you have to beat up somebody, be very violent, because that's your duty, or you have to kill because that's your duty as a military person. So Baba says that you have to understand that even while carrying your duties, the priority is your peace and purity. And if you lose yourself in the name of my dharma is this, my dharma is this. I remember there was this one brother, he was a scientist, and he told me, so I used to tell him, come to class every day, God has come for you, the soul, and you are a soul, and your first and foremost duty is to listen to what he says and do as he says. But he always kept telling me, you know, Didi, I follow the Gita, and the Gita says karma is yoga, and I am a scientist, and my karma is to, is to train researchers, and I am. There are 7 people doing PhD under me, so I have to be busy with them. So I cannot leave my dharma for what you're saying. And he kept saying that. And I told him that's the dharma of the bodily occupation. That's not your dharma. You are a soul, and your swadharma is to first do the practice that helps you stabilize yourself in your essence. But he did not listen to it. And when he left his body, some days before that, he told me, Didi, I feel that whatever I have done is absolutely meaningless. And I have this thought that I should have spent more time doing what you asked me to do. And so just think about it, that in the final moments, whatever, when it's time to leave the body, then the body consciousness gets very, it's not that tight. And at that time, the soul realizes that whatever you did in body consciousness, whatever you took so seriously in body consciousness, was just an act, and you took it too seriously, and maybe you ignored that which you actually had to pay attention to. So Baba doesn't ask us to not play the role. It's important to understand that you have to play the role, but you have to first be soul conscious. You have to first pay attention to your spiritual stage and then play the role. And while playing the role, it's important that my spiritual journey moves forward. It's not important that only the achievements and attainments according to the bodily religion are improving, and they are getting better. But what's important is your spiritual progress is going faster. So Baba tells us this thing, that you have to understand that your religion is to be peaceful, to be pure, and at this time stabilizing in your original religion doesn't only need thought, word and action, it needs effort also, because you cannot be soul conscious without being supreme soul conscious. So you see that my religion is purity, my religion is peace, but I have acquired deep sanskars of impurity and peacelessness. So what do I have to do? I have to build this connection with Shiv Baba, both through remembrance and by following Srimad. And he is the ocean of peace and purity. And when I soak in that peace and purity from him by following Srimad and having remembrance, only then can I stabilize myself in my original religion. And you must never forget that it is the soul doing everything through the body. So whatever you want to get done, that work will have essence if you have essence. If you are not essenseful, the work that you do can never be essenseful. Yes, it can, in the short run, you may feel that you did something, you contributed something, but it will not be essenseful. I remember there was this one girl, she was the topper at every stage in life, and her mother was always, after her with a stick. She was so angry and so imposing and dominating all the time that she for a long time she believed that whatever she is doing has worked. And the girl, she really found a very good position in a very good company at a very young age. But after some time, she started having panic attacks. And after some more time, her mental health declined, very rapidly. And then her mother, she still thought that, by forcing her a little more, she could make her work. But then that girl didn't take a long time to collapse. And then that mother had come and with the daughter, and she told me that, Didi, I don't want to fail in this life. And if this daughter doesn't revive, then it's a failure for me, because I have spent all my life after this girl. And I was very happy and I was very proud that what I have created is very valuable. But now it seems to be collapsing and I can't handle that. And I told her that, you see, as is the seed, so is the fruit. If the seed is not, if the seed is not seed, so the seed is the soul, right? So if you internally are not doing everything in your state of peace and purity, then the product you create will not survive. Whether it is, the relationships you create, the work you do, the body you maintain, whatever it is. So Baba says it's very important to, before paying attention to your bodily religions, you must pay attention to nurturing the seed that you are, the soul that you are. And when you are a perfect in your religion, then whatever you do will be senseful and it will give some result, maybe sooner, maybe later. Yes, so don't be in a hurry. Some things take time, but if you're doing it in an senseful way, they will always bear result. And this is why, Baba says that today in the slogan also, Baba says that when you're Trikal Darshi, when you look at the bigger picture. So, the problem with human beings today is they are very myopic. They look at the very small picture, but the picture is very big. Yes, and it's a very long-term game. And I always tell everybody, sisters who stay with me or those who come to class, I always tell them that, it's a very big game. It's a very long-term game. So don't get caught up in very little, what happened today, what happened yesterday, what happened this minute. Doesn't matter, it will all fizzle out. And the game is very long-term. And Baba says that those who look at the long term, they understand that the pain is more rewarding than the pleasure. Yes, so when you feel pain, you learn a lot. Yes, pain gives you power, learning, experience, all of this. Did you? So, there is this very beautiful realization that I've had, that comfort zone is very comfortable, but nothing grows there. There is no growth in comfort zone. But when you're pulled out of your comfort zone, whether it's with regard to physical health, spiritual health, mental health, financial health, so you have to come out of your comfort zone. And when you come out of your comfort zone, you feel a lot of pain, but that pain does more good to you than pleasure does to you. So Baba says that everything that you encounter second by second, either it is either painful or pleasurable, right? So when you look at the long term, you feel that both are good. And you are either getting happiness or you are getting learning and power and experience. So both are good, and life is a very good balance of both of these. And when you look at the long term, at the bigger picture, then you start appreciating that every scene in the drama is actually beneficial, because it either gives you happiness or it gives you experience and power and learning. So every scene in the drama gives you something, and when the drama gives you something, it is always beneficial. So Baba says that set your priorities right. First is, you are a soul, and you have to first pay attention to your religion of peace and purity, and help yourself build that. Today Baba says, have mercy on yourself. And Baba says that I am having mercy on you. I am coming and giving you Shrimat, what to pay attention to, how to nurture your soul conscious stage. I am teaching you all of that. But you need to have mercy on yourself. And when you nurture your inner self, then all the religion and the duties and responsibilities that you have to carry outside, you will be able to carry them out with ease and lightness. And then Baba says that never have this attitude that this thing is uncomfortable, so it's not good. If you look at the long run, power is more long lasting than happiness. So when something is giving you experience, something is giving you power, appreciate it and know that it is for my good. And Baba also today says something very interesting. Baba says, I give you legal directions and Maya gives you illegal directions. Now you see that there are two words, crime and sin. Yes, so crime is covered under the law of the government, law of the land. But sin is not covered under the law of land. So you don't go to jail for sin. You go to jail for crime. And crime is a very interesting subject. So you see that the law has to keep refining itself to include aspects of crime which earlier were not there. So you see that earlier cybercrime was not a thing. So there was nothing like cybercrime, and people duping you on the internet, they couldn't be covered under the purview of law. But slowly that law had to be made because there was so much crime on the digital platform. But Baba says, in spite of all the laws that the government makes, there is a huge aspect which still remains uncovered, and that is the aspect of sin. And you see, the interesting thing is, if you do something illegal, you suffer. Yes, so that is the main proposition, that when you do something illegal, you suffer. But do you only suffer when you are tried and go to jail, or do you suffer even for things that are permitted by law? For example, you see, lust is permitted by law. But Baba says lust is the greatest sin. Anger is permitted by law, but every time you get angry, your BP shoots up and your health is getting damaged. And it takes a long time to recover from the damage on your body that happens because of anger, and it takes almost a whole cycle to recover from the damage that happens when to the soul when you get angry. So Baba says that these are things that you have to understand, that not, and in Hindi we say भगवान की लाठी में आवाज़ नहीं होती. So they say that when you get a beating from God, it is soundless. But of course now we understand that God doesn't beat us, but according to the law of karma, if you sin, then there is no sound. Nobody knows that, but you suffer silently. So Baba says that if you don't follow my directions, then you are doing something illegal, and then you are punished by the law of God, and or the law of karma. And when you are punished, you suffer. So Baba says that along with paying attention to the law of the land, you also have to pay a lot of attention to the laws of karma that Baba is teaching us, and not sin by coming under the influence of lust, anger, ego, attachment and greed. And Baba says that the biggest Achilles heel when it comes to being illegal according to godly law is body consciousness. So you have to work on your body consciousness, remove it, come to soul consciousness, so that you do everything lawfully and you don't suffer. So the main emphasis of today's Murli is about making effort to remove body consciousness, coming to soul consciousness by remembering Baba. And then Baba today says that I come to you to give you the introduction of yourself and me. And you see that that's the biggest blessing that Baba gives us, because human beings remember God, and remembering God is a practice with human beings. But human beings don't get the benefit of remembering God, because they don't know themselves and they don't know God. And Baba says that I come and give you the biggest treasure of knowledge, that is, you know yourself, you know how to unplug your attention from the body and come to the awareness of who you are, and you know me as I am. And when you consider yourself to be a soul and remember me, then you take the full benefit of remembrance of God. So Baba says it's very important that you take this blessing from me and remember me with love, because anyways people remember God, but they don't know themselves, they don't know God, so they don't know how to switch to soul consciousness and remember God as He is. So Baba says the biggest gift that I give you is the knowledge about yourself and about me. Okay, Om Shanti.